Hey folks, Chef Cutting, welcome back. We're going to be talking about the International Paleo BBQ Recipes Cookbook. And let me tell you something, this BBQ recipe I'm about to give you is to die for. Very simple, very easy to prepare barbecue chicken breast. I'm going to be using a seasoning that I'm going to show you how to make. Very simple, very easy to execute. Also, to make it into a meal, I'm going to be making some sauteed spinach to go along with it. You're really going to like this because it's totally paleo and it's very flavorful. So let's get in my kitchen right now and let's start with the main course, step by step, barbecue chicken breast. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my kitchen. This is Chef Cutting and I'm going to be making one of my favorite dishes, which is the barbecue chicken. There are two ways I make this chicken. One is with the sauce and second with the seasoning, and I am going to opt for the seasoning with this recipe. Basically what this is, and it's a very simple seasoning to make. I'm just going to fast forward through that so that you can see just how simple it is. But basically what I'm using is cayenne pepper, freshly ground green peppercorns and or black peppercorns if you don't have green, ground ginger, ground cumin, and then of course a little bit of canola or olive oil depending on what your diet allows. Now what I do is I take an equal part, so that is to say if I wanted to make 8 tablespoons of this seasoning, I would take 2 tablespoons of the cumin, 2 tablespoons of the cayenne, 2 tablespoons of the ground ginger, and 2 tablespoons of the green peppercorn or black peppercorn ground. I would mix them all together and I would come up with that seasoning. Now, I also, to heat it up, will add chopped parts of an ají chili, which is what this is. This is a dehydrated ají chili. So if you really want to make the barbecue seasoning very spicy, just chip off a piece like that and then just dice it all up and mix it in it. If you have a food processor, take your seasoning and put those pieces of pepper in the food processor and mince it up so it gets equally distributed as powder. I did of course do that, but this is optional depending on if you want to make it really hot or not. But I thought I'd throw this in there so that you know you can control this, and this is a chili, so it is Paleo and you can use it. Alright, so we're going to get started here, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to set up the chicken breast like so, and we're going to season the chicken breast. And the way I'm going to do that, first of all, and again, you don't have to use this oil. I just use it because the seasoning sticks better. But if you don't want to use olive oil or canola oil, you can certainly just use it as is when you thaw the chicken. You spray the sides like so, like this, and then take the seasoning and equally sprinkle it on the side of the chicken. Now, when I say equally sprinkle it, it's okay if it gathers in places. What you don't want to do is start rubbing it, because when you start rubbing it, you're going to get the seasoning all over your fingers and not on the chicken, and we don't want that to happen. So then you just turn the chicken over like so, and do the same thing. Always use a different hand when you're spraying, because you don't want to take your hand with the chicken and touch the can, because of course you'll get cross-contamination, and you may make yourself sick, and you don't want that. So make sure you're always using one hand to season the chicken and the other hand to touch everything else. I'm right-handed, so I'm always going to use my right hand to do all the work with the seasoning. Alright, there's nothing wrong with really seriously covering all that chicken with the seasoning. As you can see, it looks pretty thoroughly covered right there. We're going to move on to the grill, and then we're going to get this started to be cooked right away. Now, one last thing, make sure you turn your grill on and get it heated up before you bring this out, because a lot of people, they'll put the chicken on the grill and it'll stick on the grill, and they'll wonder why that is, and it's because they put it on the grill too soon. My grill is nice and heated now. I turned it up about 10 minutes before I started this video, so it's going to be ready to go, and we're going to have a good time making this barbecue chicken. Okay, so here we are, we're ready to go. I have my grill all set up, and I'm going to go ahead and put the chicken onto the grill. And basically, I'm going to look to go against the line. So I'm going to want to get it right on there like so, and do the same thing with the other chicken pieces. Now, most of the time, the grill is going to be evenly distributing heat, but my hot side is back here. So I'm going to just go ahead and keep a good eye on this and keep it at a low flame. And kind of turn that down a little just to make sure that I don't have it too high. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and close this up. You're going to want to keep that closed for approximately 5 to 6 minutes when you're cooking both sides. So we're going to come back to this in approximately 3 minutes and then flip the chicken over. Okay, so now I have here the chicken. I'm going to go ahead and turn those over. As you can see, the chicken is cooking really well. It's okay if you get a little bit of a char. Char is good because you're going to be able to serve this with some really moist vegetables and it's going to do real well. We're going to go ahead and put this back down for about another minute, and then we're going to pull the chicken and we're going to do what's letting it rest, and I will show you that process in just one moment. Okay, as you can see too, I just want to make a note. I have a fresh plate here. I'm not going to use the plate that I put the chicken on because I don't want to mix the raw and the cooked chicken on the same plate. So make sure you have a different plate when you go out to the grill so you're not making that mistake. Alright, let's go ahead and pull the chicken out. It's really, really good right now. Look at that. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and put those chicken breasts right on the plate now. And we're going to pull those from the grill. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring these back into the kitchen and prepare for service. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what I've done here is I've pulled the chicken breasts from the grill, and they've been sitting on this plate for just about 5 minutes. And what you can see has happened here is that you can see there's juices on the bottom. And the reason why the juices are on the bottom is because once you pull the meat off the grill, the meat is like a closed fist. And if you give it a little bit of time, it'll loosen up. And when it does loosen up, all those juices are going to come out, and it's going to show you that the meat is ready to be eaten. There's a big difference of eating food right off the grill and letting it rest and then eating it off the grill. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve this with some really great sauteed spinach, and I'm going to put a chili on it just for a garnish. So let's get started. What I did here is I just took about a cup full of spinach, sauteed it in a little bit of olive oil, and gave it some cracked pepper for flavor. I'm going to take the chicken breast now, and I'm just simply going to crisscross it over the spinach like so. And then I'm going to place either a habanero, or depending on what kind of chili you have. I have a habanero here because I've decided to make my my chicken pretty spicy. But you could also use maybe a chile and maybe lay it up like that. But that's what I'm going to do. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A wonderful barbecue chicken dinner that you could use for lunch or dinner, seasoned to perfection and made here in my kitchen completely paleo style. My paleo friends, enjoy. Bon appetit.